All right, let me pump myself up first. Five, four, three, two, one, and go! Ayan, go live. Aloha, aloha from Hawaii. I have to pump myself up a little bit. One thing I've learned from Tony Robbins is it's all about the energy. Ayan, maski wala kang energy, still pushing your energy. Kaya yan. And what is the title for today? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Think about that. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Mm. To my fellow nurses, are you still working shift hours, 12 hours, and still doing your part time or your overtime? Still making a lot of money, but not enough time with your family? Ano ba? Um, do you even have a vision for yourself, for your family? Or are you just hoping life somehow gets better? So, no, to my fellow working parents out there, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Because 5 years from now, your kids are not going to be the same. They'll be grown up. I just posted something a while ago on my Facebook about, where did the time go? Like, I woke up and I realized my son is now in the military. He's now out there on his own, and I miss him. So that's where the post came from. I didn't want this to be a sad one, but where do you see yourself now? So before we even talk about the future, let's talk about right this moment, right now. Where are you today? Are you married? Do you have kids? Do you work full time? Do you work two jobs? Like I asked a while ago to my fellow nurses, are you still working your overtime hours? Still working two jobs as a nurse, especially here in Hawaii? Trying to balance everything? Or maybe you have three jobs. Some people even have three jobs, but still feeling like it's not enough, never enough, especially in this economy right now. I just, when you go to the store, I feel like nowadays $100 is nothing when you go to the store anymore. Here's the other question for you nurses out there, or for the shift workers, or even the doctors. Are you present with your family? Or are you just physically there? Or maybe not even physically there. For the ones who work two jobs, are you physically there when you're with them? Or you're there but mentally like not there? A lot of us are just surviving and not really living. And I've posted something like this before again, but and that's kind of like I feel like that's the life most of us employees feel like that's kind of like a pattern that we live in nowadays, you know? Now here's the hard question for you. If nothing changes in your life, you still have the same job, same routine, same income, maybe you get a little raise. It's already March, so I don't know when your next raise is going to be, pay raise. Where will you be 5 years from now? Close your eyes and imagine yourself. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Probably the same place, just more tired, more bills because everything is higher. And your kids, like I said a while ago, they're now older. Time has passed. Some of them probably have graduated in middle school, in high school. I don't know, for some of you, maybe college. And that's the part that hits differently. That hit me again today. Because, like I said, I was just thinking about my son again today, and this is where this is coming from. And then suddenly, when I went to Tina's DTI, her law of attraction, she talked about the same topic. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now? But you know what? There's a good news. You can change it. You don't have to stay stuck. If you have a vision, what is your plan to get to that vision? You know, your life can change. Not overnight, not, it's not a magic, but just one decision. Maybe try something new. A decision to grow and stop, you know, getting stuck, staying at the same place. Because 5 years from now, your life could look different. But that won't look different if you don't change anything, if you're still on the same path. It's kind of like when you're riding your bike. What's your vision? Where do you want to go? Do you just look at the pedal the whole time and just hope that you will get to where you want to go? Or do you look beyond and look at other places to go to? Or look around, right? Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You have more time freedom, more money, more financial breathing room, and more peace and more presence with your family. But again, that can only happen if you take a step, if you decide to take us one step ahead. So I started this business just like many of you, busy, tired. Actually, I was at the lowest moment of my life. My parents just passed away, and I didn't know what I wanted. I know I wanted time, but I didn't know how. I just wanted more time. I didn't need the money because I we were okay. I didn't have everything figured out. I just knew I didn't want to go through the same pain again of not having time with my parents. Though I cannot bring them back, I can change the future. I can be a more present mom. I can be a present grandma in the future because I know my kids will have their own kids. I'm going to have grandkids and I want to be there for them. Not miss anything. But all I know is that I didn't want my future to look exactly like my present. At that time, I didn't want to be in that horrible state. The state of sadness, the state of anger, the state of almost like a depression. Like didn't have any hope. Like I felt like I was just in the state of being stuck. But that one decision to start something made a huge difference in my life. It changed my direction. And now my vision is so clear. I know where I want to be 5 years from now. I know that I want to be a retired nurse, and I cannot wait to announce that. To say, I am retired from nursing. So, I want you to be real with me. Leave a comment down below. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? But let me remind you again, if nothing changes, where do you honestly see yourself 5 years from now? You know, if you don't take any, if you don't make any changes now, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Now flip that thought. What if you make a shift, you make a change, you change a path? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? So you got to look where you are right now in order for you to go to your vision and see what you can change, what you can shift from your life. I guess the last question, do you have a vision for your life? Or are you still searching for it? So, if you don't have it figured out yet, you don't have to be perfect, but you do have to decide that your future deserves more than your current situation. Because one day that 5 years will come so quick. Just like that, just snap of a finger. And you either say, I'm so glad I started, or I wish I did. Hopefully, it's not the I wish I did. I'm hoping you'll say, I'm so glad I started. I'm so glad I made a decision 5 years ago. So I'm just going to leave you at that. Think about it. I encourage you to visualize yourself. Visualize yourself and your family if you have a family. Where will you be 5 years from now? Imagine what you look like, what you're wearing, how you feel. If you feel like you're still at that same old, stressed, tired, not enough money, not enough love, what can you do now to change that? So now imagine yourself making that change and then change that 5 years from now. What if, imagine yourself 5 years from now having all the money in the world, having quit your job that you hate or maybe love, but not enough money, traveling around the world. Imagine your life as simple as this. If you have kids, not having to wake up with an alarm clock, cooking breakfast for your family, not having to rush, not having to go through the traffic, going to the gym or maybe working out. Now you can take care of yourself. Imagine having that kind of life, where you don't even know what day it is anymore. Or how about you, if you're from Hawaii, if you're from like a tropical island, imagine having to go to the beach and watch the sunrise whenever you want or sunset. Oh, I'm imagining myself right now. That's my vision. And that's a clear vision of mine. And so this is why I'm always here. I'm always doing this go live because I wanted to share this with you. You know, this is the business that I started. I didn't have a clear vision before I started this business. My vision before was just that I'm going to retire at the age of 65 and wait for my retirement money. I don't know where I'm going to be at that time. I don't even know if I have traveled. My vision was nothing. Like, I didn't have that much vision. All I knew was that I wanted grandkids. But did I have a fun vision? Probably. No, I actually did not. Because I was still thinking of myself as working. I was thinking of myself as missing out on my grandkids. But when I started this business, that vision has changed. My vision went from 65 to 50. That's how powerful having a vision is. All right. So, for anyone who's still watching or whatnot, if you are curious what business I'm doing or you've been following me and still undecided, message me. All right. Mahalo, thank you, salamat po, and always, always be grateful.